let's say it's an interesting situation in my home country. The whole society is kind of polarized because there are two big clubs. Okay, in Serbia there are two big clubs named Red Star and Partizan Belgrade. Huge history, both of them. Okay, one of them playing in Champions League finals. The other team where I used to play actually have won the Champions League in 1991. And I remember back then being later on the part of a youth compartment. But before it happened, I was living in one smaller town, which is my hometown, of course, 200 kilometers away from capital. Back then there was no cell phones, there was no, let's say, even the traffic. We had the train line and bus line going to the capital city. And I was a huge supporter and fan, because in our country from the very start, from the very beginning, when your children are aware of their existence, especially if it's a boy, there are two options. Or your father put the jersey of Red Star on your shoulder, or Partizan. That's it. And so the whole country, every man is involved so passionately in football that, especially when it comes to big games like it was back then, I remember semi-finals of Champions League. My team was playing against Bayern Munich, and after first away game, the Red Star won actually in Munich 2-1, and there was like a home game to be held in 2 weeks. And back then, from my background, of course, it was difficult period and everything. We were not that, let's say, good standing family. I was saving all the money that my family was giving me for food during a long period to go and buy a train ticket to go to Belgrade and watch the game. And actually I remember telling that to my mother, because back then I was living with my mother, telling her that I will go to watch the game. And actually she told me, you are like 13, 14 years old boy, you cannot go by train by yourself, it's dangerous, and the country was in war. And she actually told me, if you go, I'm going to kill you. Okay? So then actually I decided anyway. I said to her, so don't worry, I will not go. And the day of the game, I packed my things like I'm going to school. I took my bags, I took everything. So I ran to the train station, like for 45 minutes. I catch the train really early in the morning. I arrived in the capital without knowing where I'm going now, in the big capital. Then the only thing I knew, there was the tram line from the train station to reach the house of my aunt, my father's sister. So I arrived back then, I waited for her for 5 hours in front of the building. The game was in the evening. Actually, I didn't have the ticket. I only had the money to go and buy the ticket. Somehow, when she arrived back home, she found me and she was surprised. She called my mother, was on the phone. She said me that actually she will kill me when I will go back home. So anyway, I said, I'm going to see the game. I went to the stadium, somehow I bought the ticket. I met a friend. He arrived with his father to see the game from the same town, so actually I arranged to go back with them by car. The craziest game in my life, actually, that I've seen as a young player. In a semi-final, my club was losing 2-1, and the very last minute they equalized 2-2 and actually qualified for the Champions League finals. Everybody was happy, everybody was crazy. I remember like more than 50,000 people going to the pitch, actually grabbed that piece of grass, having as a memory, you know. And I arrived back home late night, after midnight, around 3 o'clock, you know. The moment I arrived at the door, my mother was awake, of course. I told her, look, you can kill me now, I don't care. You know, we qualify for the finals. That's my passion, that's my life. And, you know, I dream about playing in that club, and I have that piece of grass. Of course, she killed me, she destroyed me, you know. I saw all the pieces of the room. But anyway, that year they reached the finals, they played the finals, they won on penalties, which was even craziest part. And actually many of these players who were my idol, later on I met in national team when I used to play for national team. These guys, they're, you know, big and really great names in the football. Even some of them, they are coaches even still today. In Italy, one of them is the national team coach of Serbia as well. So, you know, all these things, they teach you, they show you certain things if you speak about passion, because in football, if you want to reach and achieve certain goals, what you must have, you know, three main things, you know. it's discipline, it's ambition and passion. So if you're disciplined to respect certain things in the football, which are, let's say, organized by your coaching staff, medical staff, whatever, to respect things in your family. That's the point. If you have ambition to win, to reach something, because in football that's important. Winning, victory. It must drive you. I want to win. Look, I want to tell you immediately, all these guys, me, I like to win every game on the training. If I don't win a game on the training, I'm pissed off. I don't like it. You must have that kind of thing in yourself to win. And then with passion. If you're not passionate enough, especially football, if you speak today about Kerala Blasters, you know better than me actually, You know what does it mean in India if you speak about energy, if you speak about adrenaline, everything which you must have that. If you want to achieve things in football, it's like that. So we will work on that, we will be together and hope that every one of you will be all right, will be happy that we will all improve all together. Okay, guys?